Bonjour, this is Travelling Fabulously. I'm in Cognac, just outside of a town called Charentes, at Cognac Bertrand. Cognac Bertrand are a fabulous boutique cognac maker that have been making cognac here for generations. So once the grapes are harvested, what's the next steps?
Once the grapes are harvested, the first thing that we do is we bring them directly here in a trailer and put them as quickly as we can into the press, and we press the grapes to obtain the juice. And within an hour after that juice comes out of the press, it's already put into a big stainless steel tank. And as soon as that tank is full, we're going to start the winemaking process.
And then how is actual cognac made after that process?
So we harvest the grapes to obtain the juice. We take the juice and we change it into a wine. And then we use our distillery to change the wine into a spirit. And then the spirit is aged in barrels until it's ready.
How long is the cognac aged for? So those barrels, does it depend on the type of cognac?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The short answer is it depends. The longer answer is there is a minimum age requirement for each quality of cognac that you find. The minimum before you can sell it to the consumer market is 2 years of age. And for each subsequent quality, so that 2 years is for a VS, the minimum for a VSOP is 4 years, for a Napoleon is 6 years, for an XO is 10 years, and pretty much anything else, 10 years is a good rule of thumb. There are other names, but there's a minimum age requirement, but there's no maximum age requirement.
When you buy cognac, should you be using it straight away?
Okay, so this is something interesting about cognac. So when you buy a bottle of cognac, all the work has been done. Cognac is not the same as wine. Wine is aged for a specific period of time in a barrel, after which it needs to go into a bottle. Because if the wine is in too much contact with the air for too long, it will oxidate and turn into vinegar. That's why you put it in glass. And then the tannins have to melt. Cognac wants to have contact with the air. That's why for old cognac, we age it for so long. Oxidation is our friend when we're talking about cognac, not our enemy, as if we had wine. So all the work is done once it comes out from the barrel and we put it into a bottle. And so what that means is that, no, you don't have to wait when you buy a bottle of cognac. And once you open the bottle of cognac, for all intents and purposes, it's never going to go off.
Do you make wine here as well as cognac?
Yes, but all the wine that we produce is for the distillation.
Right.
The wine that you would put into a bottle, you could call it, I guess in English, a table wine. The wine that goes into a bottle from here is called Vin de Paix. Vin de Paix, like Vin de Paix Charentes, because we're in Charentes.
Okay.
And you can find producers around that do that, but we use all of our grapes to make cognac.
So the grapes you use, do you use them all yourselves, or do you supply to other houses as well?
So we only use what comes from our land and our grapes. So we don't get grapes from anybody else. We don't get juice from anybody else. We are what's called a propriétaire viticulteur. And what that means is that we only sell what we make.
Yeah.
Now, once the spirit is produced, there are two ways that a propriétaire viticulteur would sell the spirit on to the market. And one is a wholesale market, and the other one is the bottles. And so for our wholesale business, we have a very long partnership with this.
You also make Pineau Charentes. What is this?
So Pineau Charentes is the second product that comes from our region. It is a blend of approximately 25% cognac and 75% grape juice that has just been pressed. And make that blend in the press. Like, we put the cognac with the grapes in the press and we press them together. And what comes out of the press is then sent to begin the aging process. And over time, the two elements come together and there's a good marriage of the two parts, and we have Pineau de Charentes.
And you usually have this as an aperitif?
Typically, it's an aperitif. Classically, it's an aperitif. We always drink it chilled. You can have it as an apéro before the meal, or you could have it with the first plate, premier plat, deuxième plat. And also, Pinot being sweet, you can also use it as a dessert wine. We're not hidebound to the classic ways. It's only an apéro. It's great for a sweet dessert wine too, if you want.